Okay, Snoop, when he did his Drink Champs interview, they asked him, all right, now that you got death row, what are your plans? What are you going to do? And Snoop basically said, I'm going to make sure that everybody who didn't get paid got paid. So I'm going to make sure RBX gets paid. I'm going to make sure Lady of Rage gets paid. I'm going to make sure Daz gets paid and Corrupt gets paid. And he also went on to say, and I'm going to make sure the founder has a job as an executive, and that's Harry O. And once everybody like that's taken care of, then I'm going to take care of myself. So he didn't mention anything about Suge, but he did say that Harry O is the founder. Can you speak, your responses to him saying that, and why he doesn't include Suge in any
What do you
conversations that he has now?
what do you expect from Snoop? I've been trying to tell y'all. Everybody be like, "Why are you talking about Snoop? Why you?" Okay, I'm always talking about. I'm the hater. No, Reggie just speaks the facts. If y'all listen to the Mutal interview that's going on, the last four interviews. Well, I don't know when this is going to air, but from the taping of this show, the last four interviews that Mutal did, it's like he's repeated word for word what I done told you guys, about Snoop. If y'all say I'm lying, go listen to any interviews. I don't know where I did them at because I used to hold around. But go listen to them on those different channels that y'all know I was holding around with. And if I ain't said those things before, and I'm not saying that Mutal's repeating what I said, because I don't think he have time. That nigga's over in Dubai. He ain't listening to what I'm talking about. He just speaking facts, as I've been speaking facts about Snoop. But y'all who got Google and got opinions want to always say, oh, that's a lie, and still just sitting back and listen and then make a decision yourself and still have been so quick to call somebody a lie. But everything that I said, Mutal repeatedly said in his own words, if not word for word. Here, niggas rewriting history, and that's why I stay on his head and be like, no, you're not gonna. I mean, I got a little voice. I got a 50,000 a voice. He got a million voice. I'm talking about Snoop, the 2 million. It's a big difference, but at least it's been said. It's not just going on and become factual. That's all I'm trying to do. But RBX, what did RBX do to get paid on death row? Lady of Rage album sold 200,000 in its total existence. I'm not gonna do it. But yeah, they all been paid, but that's just him capping. But it's obvious him and Daz got problems already. Daz already correcting him like, nigga, what? He went straight on Instagram after that interview. What? When you friends with somebody, you call them up on the phone like, hey, what's up? Why you say this? Why you say that? You don't go to IG about it. They show you right now, Daz already not happy with Snoop, y'all. But that's too deep for y'all. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't understand it. All right. But why he, even to bring Harry O into the situation, is just straight up dissing. Straight up dissing. But without Harry O working for the government, he wouldn't have been able to acquire and be in the position where he's at. So of course you're going to give Harry O his props or his credit. I mean, Harry O beef and Suge beef is not nobody beef but theirs. Their agreements. It's only theirs. Nobody else to intervene or inject or to say their opinions. Because nobody really knows what's happening. Snoop wasn't sitting there when the money was given. He only know what Suge came back and told him. My wife asked me where I get some money from. I don't always tell the truth where I got it from. So we don't really know what the dealings were. Only they know. But he running with that ball, let him run with that ball. But just like always happen with Snoop, they're going to end up arguing and fighting among themselves as well. He done already called up the E1, going off on the executives, accusing them of things that are just outright lies. That relationship is already bad. Wish them the best.
Okay. A lot of the stuff that Muta talks about and other people talk about started in New York at the MTV Awards when Snoop went up and did the Angie Martinez interview. I know you spoke on it before, but you were one of the only people that were actually there with Snoop when he did that interview. Can you tell me about that situation, your reaction to hearing him say it live, and then what happened when you guys got back to the hotel and saw Suge and Tupac?
Exactly. So we went up to the radio station. I think Pac and them was on their way to the club. And Snoop was there talking, giving a great interview. Snoop does that. Snoop do great interviews. Speaks well, very intelligent, very got a comedy. I mean, laid back. It's a cool dude, really. Really is a cool dude. If you can get past the Snoop lying part of him, I don't even know if it's just outright just being lying. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what the word is. But he's not a bad dude. Not one to raise his voice, not one to get all, that's not him. That little scene y'all seen in Baby Boy, that's not Snoop. Snoop is more cool, more thoughtful, more, the Coors commercials that he doing is Snoop. That's Snoop, if y'all really want to know Snoop. But, so he was giving the interview, and he said this stuff, but he was really, because the question was about the New York thing. And he was just trying to show that, hey, we ain't making no money off this song. We wasn't trying to diss y'all. We love y'all. And then he went furthermore to say, I got love, how at least I do, being the politician that he is. I got love for this. I'll do a song with this. I'll do a song with this person. I don't mind doing. Now y'all got to know the backstory even more to know that we had already, Suge stopped fucking with Snoop for a minute during that mid-96 because Snoop went out there as LaShelle and Jewel and all them did and was hanging out with bad boys and now. That's another story, and Suge was disappointed with him for whatever reason he went out there. I forget, I don't know why he went out there, but this is why Pac was mad too. So there was some little friction before, but it got worked out. It got worked out. And so, Snoop got on the radio and been the politician as well and made those statements. But Pac listening to the radio because he's in a limo, right? And so he's listening to his label mate talk. The one thing that bitch ass nigga Michael Moore that y'all like to say he did do, and he did what Frank was supposed to do after that incident that happened in Vegas. What Michael Moore did do was call me and said, Reggie, Pac going off. He's sucking the ceiling of the limo. Because, limos, they not that high where your arms could reach the ceiling. So he's in here going off, hitting the top of the limo, saying, I'm a dead man, I'm a dead man. They know we're not family. They know we're not one now. I'm out here alone. I'm a dead man. And he was livid. And to the point where I think they didn't go to the club immediately or right away. And they headed back to the hotel. And so during a break, I leaned over to Snoop and said, hey, Snoop, Pac mad about what you saying. And he, the hype of it, or the interview, who knows if he really heard me or believed or was thinking or what I said, or just didn't care. I don't know. But I let him know that Pac mad about what you said. Whether he even cleaned it up after that, I don't know, because we ain't never, goddamn Angie Martinez won't release the video. Wish we can get that video. But, because Snoop might have cleared it up. I don't know. Don't remember. But Snoop, prior to leaving that radio station and taking that microphone off, knew that Pac was pissed. We goes back to the hotel. Pac and them outside the Essence. That's right across the street from Central Park East. And they out there, and Pac already in Sugar telling them, when we get back to, what we gonna do? And he, where some people thought Pac was arguing with Suge, where he was just being Pac, how Pac talking and going on. Snoop gets out, so he knows that he's mad, and he just keep walking and go into the room. Go straight to the room. Didn't even talk to Pac. And so that next morning, we leave. Snoop already knowing, feeling. I don't know if Suge want to talk to him. He done got word. I think I heard a story or something about they called and asked for some weed or something. Or I heard Mutal go deep one time about a story about it, but I don't know. I don't remember. But anyway, they go to we going down. So we have a van for security and the luggage, and then the artist was riding in a limo, the two limos. Snoop rode in the van with the security and the luggage. Was sitting in the van with the security and luggage. And so, okay, cool. So they go to a private airport to fly out. And they get on the private plane. And, when Snoop, he says in the interview that they wouldn't allow the security to ride with him. The security didn't ride with him. They wasn't scheduled to be on that particular flight. That was just a little private plane for the artist. And Suge. Probably a couple of his own boys, probably Buntry, and I can't even think of nobody else that would have been on that flight. But I wasn't on it. I was making sure everybody was cool and straight, on the commercial flights. They get on the plane. Snoop done told y'all that story, so I won't repeat it, of what happened on the plane, which is pretty accurate, that part. What he says is how I pretty much heard the stories as well. And they never talked since, like Snoop said, when they got off the plane at in Burbank, that's where we used to fly into, or Van Nuys. And that would have been Tuesday morning. And we know Pac got shot on Friday, but they never talked. And that's why I believe the only reason Snoop wasn't there. Got all those conspiracies that the Crips has warned them and they had known him, and that's why Snoop didn't go now. Snoop would have been sitting, Snoop probably would have been riding in that entourage. I ain't going to say sitting in the car, but he would have been in that entourage as well if that incident wouldn't have had happened. Yeah.
Okay. In New York, after the MTV Awards, you told the story. Many people have told the story many times about Tupac and Nas meeting. What I want to get your detailed story about is after that meeting, you had talked about Tupac and you guys ended up walking back to the hotel instead of getting a car, and that Tupac was giving out money or he was doing something. He was in a really good mood. Can you explain that?
But number one, I ain't never walked no got doggone streets in New York that far. So no, it wasn't me. But what happened was it was chaotic. If you ever been to New York, parking or traffic is crazy. And Tupac was this hype. He had just talked to Nas, and they got that worked out and feeling good. And had all his boys from New Jersey and, a few from New York and, his buddies from the Outlaws, and he feeling good. But he did get impatient on the limos coming. And that's when he took off and said, fuck it, I'll walk to the hotel. And started walking from the park, Bryant Park, to the hotel. For those of y'all know where Bryant Park and all the way to Central Park East at the Nico's, the Essence House, how far that is. That's where he took off and started walking from. But in the meantime, while he got his entourage with him, he was seeing people on the streets and all of that. And he was feeling so good and hyped and all of that. And he started passing out $100 bills and was giving people $100 bills. And yeah. And that was also the night that he called up different members of the Outlaws and started giving them or allowing them to pick a piece of his jewelry that they wanted. And he was, gifting them. Where stuff like that come from? I don't know. If that's when God talking to you, telling you your time on earth is short. Yeah, but that's what Pac did on that date, which was about September 2nd or the 3rd. So, yeah.